Hello chess lovers. Today I'm going to talk about on a very interesting tactic called as pin. Pin is very commonly used in chess. Now before we go to the board, I'll just explain you with very small example. So let's say somebody is attacking the smaller bottle. So we would want to sacrifice the smaller one, right? Because if you try to defend the smaller one, the bigger one can get into a difficult situation, right? So we would want to sacrifice the smaller one so that we can defend the bigger piece, right? Now let's go to the board. So here we go. So we have a position right now, and if you see, black bishop is attacking the knight, and behind the knight there is a king. Okay, so smaller piece is in front of the bigger piece. So bigger piece here is the king and the smaller piece is the knight. Now the bishop is attacking. Now do you think we can defend this knight? The white king cannot defend the knight, because if knight tries to move away, then it will be a check, and legally we can't do that. So therefore we can't do anything about the knight. Now it is black to move. So what should be a better move for black? So you may say that, okay, if bishop takes knight, but then there is no benefit that the black has, right? Because then the king can capture the bishop. So it will be a equal trade. So therefore we have to look for something else. Now the better move here is black will play the pawn goes to d4 and puts one more attack on this knight. And since the bishop is already attacking, and if the pawn push happens from the black, then it is attacking the knight. And in this case, king is the only defender to it, and there are two attackers. And we already have learned when there are more attackers than the defenders, then we lose the piece, right? So let me play an actual move. So pawn goes to d4, attacks the knight, and white does not have any comfortable move to make. So let's say king moves, and then the bishop can take the knight, or even the pawn can take the knight, and eventually black will push the pawn forward one step at a time, promote the queen, and then it would be a checkmate. Okay, so that's a pin. So in simpler terms, a smaller piece in front of the bigger piece is called as pin. So let's move to a different position. And also before we go to a different position, so there are two types of pin. One is the absolute pin and the other one is the relative pin. Absolute pin means when there is a king behind, okay, which means that you cannot move the smaller piece at all, because that will not be a legal move. So anything that is pinned to the king is called as the absolute pin, and anything other than the king is called as a relative pin, right? Now this was an example of an absolute pin. In this case, the knight could not move at all because it's pinned to the king. Now let's go to the second position. All right, it is white to play. So first of all, we have to identify what is being pinned here, okay? So now if we look carefully, both white and black have two rooks and a queen, and then there are two minor pieces that white has, a bishop and a knight, and black also has two bishops, two minor pieces, and then black has 5 pawns and white has one additional pawn. All right, now white has to identify what is being pinned here. Now if you see carefully, the rook is pinning the bishop to the queen. Now this is a relative pin because the king is not involved here, so therefore it's a relative pin, which means the bishop can move, but then the queen will get hit. So that won't be a good move to play. So now white has to see how do you attack the pinned piece. Only then will you get the benefit, right? So what should be the move that white should play? Okay, So the best move here is the knight goes on f4 because knight is putting an additional pressure on this bishop. Now there are two attackers to it and there is only one defender, so therefore black will lose the bishop. Now you might say that black will try to defend it by putting the rook. Let's say the rook comes here on c5, it may still not help. So let's see, I'll try to explain this to you. So let's say black plays the rook, then white has a beautiful move. White can simply push the pawn on b4 and attacks the rook. Now black will have to defend the rook. Let's say rook goes somewhere at the back, and now white can take advantage of the piece which is being pinned. So rook takes bishop and white has a piece advantage now, and this can easily be converted into a win in the endgame. All right, now let's move on to another position. So let me quickly put the position. Here we go. All right, again it's black to move, and black has to take advantage of this position. Now can you spot what is being pinned here? It's a knight. So knight is pinned to the king. Now is it absolute or it's a relative pin? So it's an absolute pin because it is pinned to the king, which means the knight cannot move, and white has a very uncomfortable position here. So black will have to find how do I attack the pin piece. All right, so there are two options. Black can either bring in the king here, but that won't be a strong move because if rook takes the knight, then the pawn takes the rook, and then the king takes the pawn. So but still you will end up losing, black will end up losing the rook. So therefore the best move for black is to push the pawn forward. So pawn goes to b5 and attacks the knight, and knight will have no choice but to give up. Let's see what happens. Black plays pawn on b5, and let's say white tries to unpin, and then black will take the knight, pawn takes, and then rook takes the pawn, and this is going to be a very comfortable endgame for black to win. Okay, so let's go to another position. All right, okay, here we go. Again it's black to play, and black has to find how do I take advantage of this rook which is being pinned to the king. Again it's an absolute pin. So the best move for black here would be not to take the rook directly with the bishop, because then the bishop can get captured. So let's say if black takes the rook, though the rook is more stronger than the bishop, which is fine, but then why to even give the bishop for free to white? So instead black can play the king on c5, because if king comes on c5, the rook cannot move because it's an absolute pin, and then in the next move it can easily capture. So let's see. So king comes on c5, and then white does not have any comfortable move. So let's say white plays king on d3, and then the bishop takes, and now it's going to be a very comfortable end game for black to win this game. Let's look at one last position maybe for pin, and I'll try to make it a bit trickier one. Okay, let's do it this position. Now white to play and do a pin in this position. Can you find what is being pinned? So if you see, let's try to analyze the position. So both white and black have two rooks each, and black has 4 pawns and white has 1 additional pawn. So having said this, there is a big advantage, there's a good advantage that white can take off this position, right? Okay, so first we have to find what is being pinned here. So the pawn is being pinned. The pawn on a6 is pinned by the rook. All right, or even this rook can is pinning the pawn, right, in some ideas. So you get that idea. So now the best move for white would be to take the pawn. Now if black captures the rook, in that case white will take the rook and give a check. So white had advantage of one more extra pawn, right? So that's about the pin. I hope you all found it very easy. So now I'm again trying to recap. Pin is a simple tactic used very commonly in chess. It means when a smaller piece is in front of a bigger piece and the smaller piece ideally doesn't move because the smaller piece gets sacrificed so that we save the bigger piece, right? There are two types of pin, absolute and relative pin. Absolute pin is to the king and relative pin is to the piece other than the king. It could be a queen, it could be a rook, or it could even be a bishop, or it could even be a knight, right? All right, so hope you find it fruitful, and please try to apply it in your games. Look forward to see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.